Hello and welcome to the Quality Not Included podcast, with your host, GMXHL, also known as Adam. And today we're reviewing 3 games in a row, so buckle in, get some popcorn, get some fruity juice if you want to. This is going to be a long one. And now to you, me.
Why, hello everybody, and welcome to my review of the 3 Metro games. Wrong order. 3 Metro games. Metro 2033, Last Light, and Exodus, and the Redux editions of the first 2. Because, by golly, I'm not spending like $40 to get the original versions. Yeah, this is going to be a short one. Nothing really much to talk about here. I beat this game a long time ago, and I just beat this game. And it is 12:45 in the morning. I started playing this around, I want to say 10 in the morning yesterday. So, good 12-13 hours, half my day was spent playing these 2 games, and I have a bit to say about the second guy, Last Light. First and foremost, the boxes. I ordered this one from Amazon, some sort of video game company, I don't remember the name. This one, I do know the name, fondly. We'll get to that. This guy was from a really nice reseller, had 4.5 stars. Everyone said they're great resellers, and they are. Original box art, I know, right? Doesn't come often. Let's see here. The disc isn't in here. It's in my system. Whoops. Oh well. I mean, I guess I can get the disc out. 1 second. The disc is right here. A beautiful disc, no damage at all, might I add. Not a single scratch on there. Well, there's one little scratch, but front's perfectly fine. The sticker is nice and on there. You're gonna wonder why I'm saying this, and hold on, I need to. Yeah, I'll leave that on. You could probably see what's going on in the background. My PlayStation just turned on, but whatever. Yeah, disc is in great condition for a game that came out in 2014. Let's just say that. And also came with a brief guide to Metro 2033. Awesome, actually. A lot of games don't come with this. It advertises the 2 books that came out, 2033 and 2034, and also advertises the board game. Check it out. I don't know if it's still available. The website's there if you want to visit it. Go ahead and support the people who made this game, because it's a really good game. Well, 2 of them are. No, 1 of them is. 1.5 is. We'll get to that. Okay, Metro 2033 to start off with is a very fun game. Basic in its approach to first-person kind of survival horror. Point, shoot, go, pretty much the same thing that a lot of first-person survivals are about. A bit of supernatural story mixed in with post-apocalyptic stuff. Pretty interesting. Cuts off at kind of a weird time, and you wonder why it ends the way it does, but then it jumps right into Last Light, which is the interesting one. But overall, 2033 is simplistic, it's fun, it's a great time killer for about 4 hours. That is, if you play it the bad way. Yeah, there's 2 endings to each Metro game, good, bad, and there might be an alternative ending if you do a certain thing in the game wrong or right, left or right, up or down. No. So yeah, let me get around to that. 2033 is a good ending. Is okay. It's actually kind of easy to get. Excuse me. Okay, so technically spoilers, there's a laser-guided targeting system that you can aim at the Dark Ones, which are your basic enemy in 2033 and Last Light. We'll get to that again. You point it at the ground, explode their home, and it ends all sad to where, oh, are we actually the good guys, or are we the enemy? Is human nature the enemy of whatever? The good ending, the uncanon ending to 2033 is that you actually kick over I made a kicking thing with my foot, but you can't see it. You kick over the laser guided targeting system, and the thing goes, okay, you want peace? You got it, dude. Wink. And then the game ends. That's okay ending. Either way, either one you get, it's okay. No one freaking dies in a giant explosion. And then you play Last Light, and Last Light got a little more ambitious with their approach. See, in 2033, you'll face off against about a room of enemies, 2 rooms at the max, but Last Light seems to like to throw a lot of bullshit your way. 3 or 4 rooms lined with enemies, back to back to back to back to back to back. I kid you not. It's no reprieve. And I played on Spartan mode, which is the most forgiving mode. I played on normal Spartan mode. The most forgiving, the easiest mode you can do. Ammo's everywhere, filters are everywhere. I died so many times due to just being stupid, I'm pretty sure. The AI is a lot more advanced than it should be. In 2033, if you're on the easiest mode, you walk up this close to an enemy, and they'll not even acknowledge your presence. In Last Light, you'll stand a mile away from an enemy, and they'll go, "Who's there?" And that's on the easiest mode. On the hardest mode, which I tried out, I hardly even got an hour into the game. If you breathe, as much as breathe on a piece of wood, they'll hear it. It's no fun. Last Light tried a lot to be to be different from the first game. Brought in a lot of more characters, a lot of B storyline about a virus. Well, the main story was about the Dark One, reuniting with the Dark One, and seeing if you can get repentance for blowing their entire species up. And then there was a B story, and then another B story, and then another B story. The first B story was that D6 was going to be captured by the Reich, which is
bad people.
After they lost the war and everyone went. And there's another side story with the commies, because you're not a commie, you're just a citizen of Russia. The commies want to take over D6 to use the missile silo, and then there's another side. There's another side story that one of your scientists defected over to the communist ranks and had a virus, and then he's gonna spread it throughout the metro. There's another side story where one of the communist leaders killed his brother, and now he's trying to find him. There's a lot of mixed, jumbled up stuff, and let me get to that. There's a lot of story filler in Last Light to fill in time, and that's not the only thing that fills in time. The way to get the good ending on Last Light is to literally stand around and do nothing. I kid you not. If you see someone talking in the corner, you better as hell go and listen to that conversation if you want the good ending. Because I kid you not. The way to get the good ending in Last Light is to not play the game at all. You stand around and listen to conversations, you play musical instruments that are just sitting around random places, you do good deeds, which is, basic, yeah, of course you do good deeds. You save people, you give things to children. Yeah, that you would think that would be the stuff to do. Then, all of a sudden, after I played the entire game multiple times, 12, I got the bad ending. And I kid you not, I am very upset. Because not only was I aiming for the good ending, the bad ending doesn't go, I keep on wanting to say chronological, doesn't go canonically with this game. If you get the bad ending in Last Light, you get the wrong beginning in Exodus, because in the bad ending of Last Light, the main character dies. In this game, he's alive, so they don't quite get along. And to get the good ending in this game, you have to stand around, listen to conversations, watch a 15-minute talent show, save things that are trying to kill you, actively run away from situations where you're meant to fight, restart, not loot any dead bodies. I kid you not. You're not supposed to loot people that you need ammo from. You're supposed to be the most cowardice Spartan in existence. Period. You're not supposed to play the game. So yeah, that's Last Light. It's a great game. Pretty good story, if not a little confusing. It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
But I don't feel like replaying it for another 12 hours to get the good ending. Because there's one part in the game... We're not talking about that here. There's one part in the game that if you do, you mess up the entire game. And I did it. On accident, might I add. Look, I did a bad, and I didn't mean to do the bad, but the bad had to happen because I couldn't load from the last save point. So yeah, we're gonna skip that area and go to Exodus, the most ambitious game in the Metro series. Metro Last Light in 2033 were straightforward. Go here, go to point A to B to C to D. Straight lines. There are a little bit of offshoots, but it's mostly just one single thing. Whew. Exodus said, "Screw that. We're gonna be open world." And just screwed the pooch on that one. Yeah, this game is something. It's kind of like that weird uncle. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's this game. A weird mixed bag of awkwardness that just doesn't work. The story's great, actually. The story's really good on this one. The attention to detail is great. It doesn't play too well. I updated this game to the latest version, made sure it got all the patches, stability fixes, if you want to call it that. The game still runs like shit. I played this game release day, actually. Rented it from Redbox the day it came out. And I enjoyed it. There's a lot of weird glitches where you run into walls and you get stuck in spots where you get spotted easily because you get punched through walls. And I thought maybe it was just because it was a day one thing and it hadn't patched it yet. This thing has been patched since. It has. It's been patched many times. It was a good, freaking 6 gig patch? And the game still runs like absolute dog shit. I still run into things, get stuck on things, and I want to give it the benefit of the doubt that it's my PlayStation. Maybe it's because I'm running it on a PlayStation Slim and this thing's PS4 Pro compatible. That could be the problem. That honestly could be. But I don't want to spend my time running through... Okay, here's the thing. Side missions in this, they get the good ending, are bad in and of themselves. The side missions that get the good ending in this game are even worse. There's this... Sorry. That's a helicopter flying above my house. But yeah. This game's easier because it's a closed circuit stadium. You can find stuff within the area because it'll ask you, do you want to move on to this area before you finish. This game doesn't, because this is a entirely open world situation. The maps are expansive and stuff, which is beautiful. The game's beautiful. It looks stunning. It looks great. Doesn't play too well, but they're like, hey, I need you to find the grain of sand on the map, and if you don't, I'll consider you my worst enemy. Okay, fine. So you're running around the map looking for a Okay, seems fair. Seems fair that I'm the only person in this game that is willing to get off my ass and actually go kill the enemy, while you guys just sit around and train all day. You're not gonna get that joke if you haven't played this game. You were literally, well, Anya does some stuff too, but you were pretty much literally the only person in this game who does something, and all your friends are like, hey, Artyom, go do this, go do this, go do this. We'll be waiting here for you. Why don't you come with me? Come explore the wasteland and get your ass kicked for once, because I'm tired of going around and doing this. I would like to stand around and train and have the story progress. Yeah. First world problems, I guess. But yeah, there are some good settled down moments in this game where everything just starts going, normal. It's like, oh, hey, let's share a drink and all that fun stuff. I'm not going to spoil anything crazy in this game. And yeah, that's my basic review of the game itself. As you notice, I've been waving this thing around and it probably looks a little awkward. That's because, one second. This is printed out on paper. This isn't the original box art, because where I ordered this from, a website called autumnbazaar.com, which was on Amazon, this was $30 or $28.90 something, and it ended up being $30 with shipping, something like that. Expensive. This one was like $25. No shipping, free shipping actually. So hey, this was very expensive, and it didn't come with box art. This is printed out from my work on just 20-pound paper, really cheap copy and print paper. As you can see, it is extremely blurry up close and personal. Watch, I'll even focus the camera so you can see that's focused. See, my face is nice and focused. This page is in front of my face, and you cannot read that text. This is blurry. And also, they have this weird reflection right here. I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think that was the scan, because this is just a scan of the manual. Speaking of manual, this game doesn't have one. As you can see, clear jewel case. This is not a PS4 case, as you can tell. A regular PS4 case has no lip like that. A regular PS4 case has a little 2-inch lip. This guy has like a 4-inch lip. So this is just a regular CD, DVD case. I probably should scratch out this stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just covering it up right now. I don't think it matters at this point. But yeah, great stuff. This was a really cheap. Cheaply made. It wasn't cheap. It was cheaply made. Another thing is, not only is the box a complete... Oh, now it's even more cheap. It's on the ground. Yeah, let me just rub that real quick. Yeah, not only is it cheaply made, the disc is in low to mid condition. There's a bit of a scratch. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a scratch right along here. I think that's laser burn from whenever you put a game in a console and then tilt it, and it goes, and the laser just burns into the disc. There's a way to get rid of it. You can just buff the disc until it's like an inch too little, and it'll melt in the PlayStation. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little hard to see. You might be able to see it. There's this little hairline scratch. Not a big deal. Honestly, I don't care about it. I've had worse. And then we go to the main event, the front of the disc. and you can see that sticker. This was either a Redbox disc or a rental disc from like a rental store where they track the disc. Yeah, you can see that it's a very even circle. They ripped off a tracking sticker and just whoop, and part of the disc came off with it. So this isn't an original at all. This was probably, like I said, from some sort of rental service, like a GameFly or Redbox or some sort of game rental thing where they put stickers. So that's what I'm worried about. I know it's a dumb fear, but it's a fear nonetheless. So yeah, thanks AdamBazaar.com. Thank you for the nightmares. But yeah, cool. I'm gonna have fun getting this back in. So that's my review. It wasn't actually that short a review. 17 minute. Yeah, whatever. Look, if you want to play the games, try them out. If you got a lot of hours to kill, try it out. It's okay. It's okay. If I had to rate these on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say 7.4 for 2033. No, excuse me. 8.5, 2033. And then for Last Light, it's 6 or 7. Because the ending was just shit. If I had to rate this trash fire, I would rate it like a 5.5. The only thing that makes me like this game is the graphics and the story. Other than that, it's unbearable to play because there's so many technical glitches in it that I just can't stand. So I would rate this guy, like I said, a 5, maybe a 6, on par with a game that came out on the PS3 back in like the early 2010s. And this came out fairly recently. So, yeah, cool. As always, my opinion doesn't matter and nobody gives a shit. So play the game, rate it your own way. Don't take my word for it because I'm not serious right now. I'm sleep deprived and I'm about to go to bed. Adios.